What up, what up, what up? What's going on, everyone? I am running solo with Real Sales Talk. This is season 3, episode 2. I'm going to get going here with a topic that I've been thinking a lot about lately. And I think many of our Real Sales Talk audience, followers, friends are going to really love this one because most of you are entrepreneurial. You're running a business on the side. You're running a startup. So why am I running solo today? That's the big question. Well, we had a last minute cancellation with our guest from Sparta, James Pember, and Henry is actually out of the country in South Africa for a conference for his new business that he's taken over for his dad, his home automation business. So he's chumming it up, probably making some great contacts, hopefully doing some good business and learning some new things. I'm not going to lie, I'm actually a bit jealous that he's in South Africa. I've never been before, and I would love to go. So it's me and you tonight. Me and you, we're going to jam. We're going to jam about a really, really cool topic that I think you'll really love. As I mentioned, 3 tools to help you generate cash so you can do what you love. How did this topic come about? I'll give you a little bit of background. I was talking with this young lady in her 20s who was sharing with me about how she just felt discouraged because the place that she worked, the owners didn't support her interest in getting into a new avenue. Same industry, but did not support her interest in growing, developing, and expanding her skill set. And I knew right off the bat that she wanted more than what her company and her company owners were able to offer. But she just wasn't quite sure how to get there. And so she asked my opinion. And here's what I told her. I said, you got to find a way to do what you love. Maybe the 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 is the job that pays the bills, that allows you to put food on the table and so on. And then in the evening time and on the weekends and when your friends are out hanging out, going to dinner, you're investing time and energy into that thing that you really are passionate about. And maybe at first it's not bringing in the cash, the money. But as you do it more, and as you build consistency, and you build a following, and you build people who are interested, you start to see opportunity that's created. And so that's exactly what I told her. It says, you got to find a way to do what you love. And sometimes that means doing it on the side. Sometimes that means just leaving your opportunity, your existing job, and going all in 110%. And so that's kind of the preface for this. I want to give you 3 tools that will help you go all in to generate cash so you can eventually do what you love and hopefully make a living off of it. I'm going to start with the first one here. And a lot of you probably use this. A lot of you probably are familiar with it, but you're using it on the consumer side. And the tool that I want to talk about, in fact, I'm just going to share my screen here. Give me just a second. By the way, if you're listening to this and you've been a follower of Real Sales Talk, do me and Henry and I a huge favor and write a review. Go to iTunes, go to wherever you want that takes reviews that we've got our content on, and write a review. It would mean a lot to us if you're digging it, if we provided any sort of value to you over the series of Real Sales Talk episodes and seasons. Please, it would mean a lot to us. And of course, it lets us know that we're on the right track. And when you do write that review, swing over to Twitter and hit up Henry and I and let us know that you did it. Would really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Okay, So that's given me a chance here to pull this up. So let me share my computer screen, and boom, share. All right. So the one that we all know and are familiar with, but maybe more on the consumer side, is Uber. Now, you probably utilize Uber on a weekly basis, especially if you're going out and hanging out with friends. The tool that I want to propose to you is actually driving for Uber. Now, I can speak from experience here because I've been doing this since February. Uber is a really, really great opportunity for you to have flexible hours and relatively consistent revenue per hour. And what I've seen is between $20 and $25 an hour. And if you figure out the right times of the day to do it, you're more on the $25 an hour and sometimes $30 an hour. And the beautiful thing about Uber as a way to generate cash so you can do what you love is that you make your own schedule. Once you get approved as a driver, you go through the medical check, inspection, vehicle inspection, and background check. You can drive really whenever you want. You can drive at night if that's more your style, or maybe the morning times are more your style and you want to do more airport runs, taking people to the airport. But nighttime is great as well. Typically there's lots of people going out to dinner and going out to drinks, and it's very, very busy. So Uber, I would highly recommend you take a look at it because you're almost guaranteed to become approved unless you've got some sort of colorful background, criminal background, or driving background. They make sure and they do a DMV check on your driving record. So as long as you're in good standing in those two areas, there's a very good chance that you'll get approved. And if you have any questions about this one, feel free and let me know, because I've been doing this on the side since beginning of 2016. And I'd be happy to help you out and answer any questions. One of my biggest fears when I started to look into this was, is someone just going to wreck my car, just destroy it, throw up in it? You think about the worst case scenario, but I've yet to have a bad experience as a driver of Uber. And everyone is really, really friendly. I haven't met, I actually had one guy who was really belligerent, but of the thousands of rides that I've done so far this year, it's been a really great way to pull in some extra cash so I can do what I really am passionate about and what I really, really love. All right, so that's the first tool. And next one I want to talk about is something that I have known for the last couple of months. I'm just going to navigate there. And then I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So the next one I've known about for a few months, but I've recently gotten into. Here we are. All right. So this one's called Turo, Turo.com. Think about this like the Airbnb for vehicles. So if you catch my drift here, let me just go to, let's say I'm flying into Denver, Colorado, and I'm going to be there on the 2nd of October to, let's say, the 9th. And I search, return time. Let's go for 7 p.m. Bada bing. So when I go and I search, it's going to pull up available cars by owners in the city with different rates, different types of vehicles. You can go along the left-hand side here and say, you know what, I really prefer a car, and I would like something to the tune of a Tesla in Denver. So I can see here who all has made available their Tesla to rent. So this is really, really fantastic. Now, a couple of questions you might be thinking if you're considering, if you like the idea but are concerned. Turo does a full background check. They check the DMV of the renter. They make sure that they have a valid driver's license, and they insure your car when you rent it out to people. So your car is well taken care of. It's in good hands. And just like with Airbnb and Uber, you've got this dual accountability where you're rating them on your experience with them and they're rating you. And so it fleshes out a lot of bad characters, I think. So this is another way that you can generate money. I mean, let's say that you've got a car that sits in the parking lot on a weekly basis and sits in your garage on the weekends. Why not put it to work and have it make money for you? This is something that I've recently been doing and have had positive experiences. I just finished renting out my car to the third person. So I just put it on Turo beginning of September. And we'll have actually a couple more people rent out my car before the month is over. And they say, if you're renting this out full time, you can make between $1,300 and $1,500 a month. How about those apples for your car, which is a depreciating asset, now generating some cash for you so that you can do what you love. All right, so that's the one that I really have been quite excited about because it's so easy. You find the person, you put your car up, and then the business comes to you. Turo does take a cut out of it. It's 25%, but you can adjust that to more or less depending on how much you want your car protected for damage. So you should definitely take a look at that one as well. Now, the third one I've mentioned before on previous episodes, but I want to mention it again just because I think that repetition is the mother of all learning. So let's navigate here. Here we go. All right. So every single person who's listening to this has a skill and an expertise. And you're probably hopefully using that skill and expertise during the day, during your day job. But what if you were to take that skill and expertise that your company pays you for and repurpose it to a different platform on your spare time, from 5:30 p.m. to 12 midnight, or, during the weekends. The company that I'm going to share with you now, here we are, it's called Upwork.com. This is essentially a marketplace for freelancers. And so you can take your skill and expertise and you can create a profile on Upwork, and businesses who are searching will find it and reach out to you and ask if you'd like to work for them on a contracting basis. Now you can also go and you can say, let's see here, sales. Let's see what happens when I type in sales. I pull up a whole host of job requests. Here's a gentleman from Poland who's looking for a sales representative, sales copywriter, senior sales trainer, sales manager. These are all people who are looking for your expertise. So you go up to the search, you punch in whatever you think you're good at, whatever you do best, and if you find a good match, you can apply for that request. So here's $125 an hour. You've got $100 an hour. So you've got everything from large potential to smaller, and maybe you start off on a very limited basis. Work your way up, get some jobs underneath you, and then start asking for more. So my guess is everyone who's listening to this particular podcast has some sort of skill or expertise. I hope you do, at least. And why not put that to work outside of the 8 to 5 hours? if you're already good at it, you already do it, it's probably second nature to you. Why not take that skill set and put it on Upwork and see if you can generate some additional income and give you the freedom to maybe be able to work yourself out of that day job, that 8 to 5, and into something like this. Or maybe this is just kind of the bridge to what you really want to do. Maybe you do the freelancing work, the Turo, the Uber, so that you can have more time to do whatever it is that you're most excited about. Start that new business, start that new startup, that software company, or whatever. Doing these sort of things would really give you the ability to work from wherever and make your own hours. So I hope you like these 3 ideas. These are things that I have used personally. I'm going to switch back to camera here. There we go. So these are 3 tools that I have used personally, and I've experienced a lot of great success with. And so I would recommend them, and I can recommend them from my personal experience. And I would love for you to try them out as well. If you're someone who's listening to this and considering, you're looking for a way to get out of that day job that maybe you're remotely excited about, and get into something that would give you more flexibility, help you generate some cash, so that you can have more time and more money to invest into that thing that you really, really have dreamt of for a long time. So I'd love your feedback on these 3. Hit me up. Once you listen to this, hit me up on Twitter, Sean M. Mitchell, at Sean M. Mitchell, and give me some feedback. Have you tried these things? Do you like the ideas? Are you making money from these ideas that have been recommended? Would love to hear from you. So this is going to be a short and tight one here, since it's just you and I, and Henry's out of the country. We're going to run a episode 3 later this week. I think it's on Thursday, and I'm going to have a guest host on the show, Phil Keen. We've actually had him on, we had him on season 1 towards the end, and he's going to come on and we're going to jam about a topic we've yet to determine. So that's just how we roll. But nonetheless, it's going to be a really, really great one. He works at the company Octave, and I believe he's now he's been promoted to the marketing director. So good things happening for Phil, and excited to have him on. This has been episode 2 of season 3, and this, once I hit stop, will be available on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher, and also, of course, on YouTube, since we're using Google to stream this right now. So if you haven't, again, done a review, please hit us up on iTunes and wherever you can find the opportunity to write a review, and give us your feedback on what you think about it. That would be really, really cool. And we should be on with a new recording on Thursday with Phil for episode 3 of season 3. Really appreciate you all. Thanks for all of your fantastic feedback. Shout out to everyone who has given us feedback online, and super encouraging. It's always great to know that the things that we're talking about are making an impact on your career, your sales career, and helping you get to where you want to be. So with that said, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. My name is Sean Mitchell, and we'll see you later this week for episode 3 of season 3. Peace.